YouTube? Is that you? Oh my god! It's been so long. But we got good news, guys. We're coming back. We love you. Make the heart. Yeah, make a heart. We love you. I think we're good. Yeah. Should I go shut it off? Yeah, you should.
My mom, my dad, everyone around me was like, Jake, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, you're gonna kill yourself.
Oh my god. He just sent a voice memo.
For sure, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited we're doing this, and I know I'm putting a lot of like trust into you, and I think if like someone can, you know, do this and have it be fair, it's you. And I want to be like as truthful as possible, obviously, and like just be super real and kind of just like clear things off my chest that I haven't said before. I know you're gonna get criticism for this, and I'm like, nailed it! I mean, I don't even think I have to warn you, but people hate me, like literally they hate me, and I don't, if like this is gonna hurt you, then like I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to be like, I told you so, like I told you people would be pissed, but yeah, it's like, if there's anything we can do to avoid you getting hurt, we should do it, and we should just be as honest as possible about everything, and yeah, man, I trust you.
He literally warned me not to do it, right? He was like, literally. Okay, well now that we heard that, I guess I should break down what happened and what's going on. So, about maybe 2 months ago, I tweeted.
The ups and downs of Jake Paul's life and persona is something I would love to see from the inside.
That would be really interesting. I want to know, like, what's his life like? What is Team 10? Is his house even real? Is it a set?
We should get this address tattooed on us.
Is his relationship real? Like, is the drama all fake? What is that? Because I literally don't know anything, right? So when I tweeted that I would be interested in doing it, the backlash I got was crazy. Crazier than anything I've ever gotten. Crazier than when I was going to work with Jeffree Star or Tana Mojo or any other controversial person on the internet. This was like, Shane, if you do this, we will unsubscribe. We don't want to be a part of this. I was a little scared and a little regretful that I tweeted it because I didn't know the extent of it. I basically reached out to him and I was like, hey, if we do a series together, I want to really be honest about it and investigate you and the situation. Before I even meet him, I want to go down the rabbit hole. I want to talk to people who know him. I want this time to like actually sit down in a room with him and be like, this is why people don't like you. This is what you did that was bad. I want you to tell me why you did it, be honest about it, and change your life and fucking stop. Okay.
Hi.
This is perfect because your channel is about talking about drama, controversies, news, kind of just like going through situations and events very like thoroughly.
The video is just complete and utter trash, and Jake just continues to keep on getting lower and lower and lower.
Yep.
Okay, Team 10. So I know the name because it's funny and it's like a meme.
This is Team 10, bitch! Who the hell are flipping you?
But like, what is it? Is it his friends? Is it not?
In 2016, he bought a house for $17,000 a month, or rented it. And that was where he started Team 10. And I'm not sure if they were friends. Is it all fake? Is it real? Are people paying to be there? It's so strange.
Paying to be there? Like, paying for a spot in Team 10.
A lot of people have said people are just there to basically get popularity. People are there to make money. People are there to go into other things, modeling. acting.
Tessa Brooks here.
I got Jake Paul here.
She is a dancer. Are you a professional dancer?
Yeah.
It's something which is really not discussed that much, and it would make sense. It really would.
You don't just get to do videos with Amanda Cerny, King Badge, flex with Drake on Instagram, just randomly.
Team 10, you can't be a freshman anymore. You got it, great.
You heard it here first. I shouldn't be a freshman anymore. You gotta pay for that.
Well, I remember hearing, and I might be wrong, but I remember hearing that Jake's ex-girlfriend, Alyssa, Jake was like, I'm gonna help you be a model. Let's be in a relationship. Your modeling career will do better because you're in Team 10. And then his new girlfriend, I think, is a model. So it's like, was she just like an out-of-work model?
I wanted to be a model. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be in that like realm of everyone in Hollywood.
It's weird how none of them were originally YouTubers. They're all from different sectors. So they're either actors or they're models. And you get this in Hollywood a lot. You get fake relationships. People who are together to have a brand.
Let me tell you about views. People love couples.
It would make Alyssa Violet, for example, with Jake Paul. If all the things were as bad as Alyssa said about Team 10 when she got fired for supposedly cheating, then why did she not break up with him before? Why did she not leave if it was so ongoing? Same with the Martinez twins. If Jake Paul was apparently bullying them, why did they not leave before? They have a platform, they have popularity. Maybe it wouldn't have been as big as Team 10. And that goes into the conspiracy of maybe they're paying to be there. And that's where the first controversy sort of began, because he kicked out his girlfriend and accused her of cheating.
He told everyone that I cheated, so he didn't look like a dick that he kicked me out. I don't know.
And obviously, she ended up dating FaZe Banks. He never got over it, and he eventually accused FaZe Banks of assaulting his assistant. Right. And they released a video of where the assistant appeared to have a bruise mark on the neck.
Meg was assaulted by a man.
He like put his arm out and like went like this. And I looked up at him and I realized immediately that it was Banks. I didn't really know whether or not it was him at first because he has a girlfriend and he was making out with this other girl.
This like video isn't meant to like retaliate or target anyone.
Then it ended up all to be fake.
For this to have happened and nobody other than people in Team 10 said it happened, that should just tell you.
And Jake even came out and said, I think about a month later, he handled the whole situation badly.
We should be handling these situations in person and not talking over social media.
And this is where his fans began to fall out of love with him. He started losing thousands of subscribers, and at that point, that had never happened on his channel. Alyssa Violet originally exposed Jake Paul of taking 20% of everyone's earnings, which was massive.
I would do anything for him. That's why I signed a contract for 20% of my life for 5 years.
Everyone didn't know that. There was also rules about strictness and bullying going on inside the Team 10 house.
If you're not up by 10 a.m. filming, then like you get fined $50. No alcohol at the house. Every single guest that you had over had to be approved by Jake.
At the time, everyone thought that it was all a nice, happy family, and that's how it kind of seemed in the vlogs. But Alyssa Violet came out and said, no, this is not what's going on. If anything, people don't like Jake in Team 10.
At the end of the day, you can't just say I'm sorry and take everything back. I'm hurt still. Ow, ow! And you've hurt a lot of people.
This is gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that there's got to be some reason why somebody can be as, I don't know what the word is, outgoing, negatively outgoing as him.
I love you. I love you.
Whatever it is, probably runs in the family because his brother.
Right.
But Logan, I feel like, is more likable. Right? Like, not as many people hate him.
I'm gonna be famous, dude.
Good morning, New York!
Accept me, love me.
What is wrong with you?
Jake Paul.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know him. That's the thing, is like people put on shows to be on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Personas.
Yeah.
But going back to the symptoms and signs that we just read through, like not caring if people get hurt. He's done things to people like terrorizing members of his like team. right? Like the lack of emotion in his eyes and stuff is kind of creepy. But I'd have to, I don't know, is he? I mean, is he remorseful? Does he just pretend he's remorseful? We see like videos where he says he is, but is he? I don't know.
First of all, I'm so sorry to the Martinez twins.
I know he's definitely impulsive, but he's also like a younger guy, you know? But I'd have to get to know him better because like we think there's empathy, but is it a show? Is it manipulation? I'd like to hear what other people in his life have to say because they know him better. It could be nothing. He could be totally fine and it's just a persona. We don't know.
Would you come with me?
Yeah, I'll go. Let's hope he's not scary.
You said something about like a traumatic event. Like, if a kid has a traumatic event happen, are they more likely to become a sociopath later?
I think they're more predisposed for a lot of things. Like trauma messes with us in so many various ways. Traumas happen all the time. Let's say you were raised in a household where you were physically abused from like the ages of 3 to 12. Essentially what trauma does, if it's done at a young age, is it like doesn't allow us the time to feel safe or to feel like we're actually cared for. It instills fear when we don't really have any place, we don't know where to go with that, we don't have any way to use it, we don't know any coping skills yet. How do we deal with that feeling? The one thing we can do for children, honestly, to like stop perpetuating the cycles that we all have done is like letting them know that how they feel is okay and it's valid. We might not agree, but that doesn't mean that they don't still have that feeling. And if we teach children how to communicate about how they feel, I honestly think that a lot of the ailments and issues we struggle with mentally, as well as physically, could be resolved.
All throughout my life. Yo, yo, yo! If you're new here, my name is Jake Paul, and this is my channel. I'm currently 19 years old. I live in Los Angeles with my friends Team 10. I'm an actor in a couple of movies, and I make videos online for you guys. There's a lot more to the story, and today I'm going to draw it out for you. My parents' names are Greg Paul and Pamela Stepnick. They already had another kid named Logan Paul, so this made us brothers, and he was older by 2 years. Logan was also a savage, and I spent my whole life with him basically side by side. My mom gave me my nice and caring side, while my dad gave me my manly and hard-working side. My mom was a nurse. My dad used to be in the army and then became a real estate agent, and from the time I can remember, my parents instilled in Logan and I a great work ethic and a competitive spirit. Whatever we did, we wanted to be the best at, and we had the work ethic to match that. My brother and I would always train and work out to become better at playing football. My dad, Logan, and I would train all the time and push our limits to become better athletes. We would always see who could run faster, do more push-ups, and so on. Right around this time, my dad bought my brother and I a camera so we could record our football games, watch them back, and see how we could improve. My mom would be the filmer, and she was also our biggest fan. And our dad was the head coach of our Pee Wee League team. Logan and I took the camera and started filming random stuff we did around our house. In the meantime, my parents had started fighting and eventually got a divorce. This was a bit of a hard time for Logan and I, but at the end of it, it taught us a lot about life. By the time I was in middle school, as you can imagine, I was the class clown. Always causing trouble, making jokes, and I couldn't sit still. I didn't like school. I still don't. In 8th grade, our class would go on a trip to Washington, D.C. at the end of the year. But you couldn't go on the trip if you had 15 behavior strikes. By the middle of the year, I had 14. So, I became a good kid for the rest of the year and got to go on the trip. Savage. As a freshman, I no longer wanted to go to the NFL. Football just wasn't as fun anymore, and wrestling seemed to interest me more. After wrestling season, I found myself lost. I didn't know what my future looked like. I didn't know what I wanted to do. This went on for a couple months until I found out about the Navy SEALs. It was everything I loved. Hard work, mental toughness, guns, fast vehicles, competition. For the next couple of months, that's all I could think about and do. Until summer came and Logan said to me, "We should start making videos again." I was so down. Randomly, 2 weeks later, this app called Vine had just came out. I told my bro about it and he loved it too. 2 weeks later, we got into a competition, of course, on who could get more followers. So here we were in the middle of Ohio, spending hours.
This fucking competition shit sucks.
Yeah.
I realized that I could make money from making videos. This was amazing. I didn't know what to do except freak out. It got to a point where I would go to wrestling tournaments and the competition would ask to take pictures with me or be freaking out. Sometimes, though, they would film me if I lost and post it on Vine talking that smack talk. The videos just made me laugh, though. The bad part about all of fame and money is that attracts haters. People in my school, the kids that I grew up with, started hating on me. They would talk so much smack and tweet me the nastiest things. At first, this really upset me and it was hard to deal with. My mom would see the haters and call their moms and yell at them. Love you, Mom. Eventually, though, I realized that they were just jealous and that was their way of expressing it. I knew that I could turn my internet fame into something massive.
That's so ironic because 2017 was like the worst year of his life.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be mad at me for talking about this stuff?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, probably. We'll see, I guess.
I am not looking forward to this.
Okay, bye.
After days and days of trying to convince him, Nick Crompton is in. I have been trying to get this motherfucker to say yes to being interviewed for literally a week. Now, the reason it was so important for me to interview Nick Crompton is because he was with Jake since the very beginning. He knows Jake very, very well, on and off camera. He knows the business side of things. He worked with Team 10. This whole thing was very personal to him, you know, like this was his life, you know, managing Team 10, friends with Jake. So I understand why he's been so apprehensive. And this, to me, just proves like what kind of person he is, right? He said, when my life started getting crazy with all the attention and the money, etc., I started typing up all my core values and beliefs in my notepad, so I never lost myself or did something that I would regret. In those notes, there's a sentence that says, I'll never publicly talk about the personal lives of others, as I expect the same from people closest to me. I guess I could try to do this if Jake knows 100% that I'm doing it. I don't want him to think I'm going behind his back, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm talking about them for publicity. So that meant I had to go to Jake. So I basically said, Jake, listen, I want to interview Nick. I trust him. I think I need to interview the other side. And he was like, 100%, I agree. Yes, it's a yes. This is so cinematic.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Thank you for joining me.
I was going to say, do I say hi to you or not?
How you doing, brother?
So, how did Jake even find you?
So, back in the UK, I built a marketing agency with like 6 other people, and it did really well. I ended up coming out here and helping Jake build Team 10.
Wait, okay, are you filming?
Yeah.
Okay, what was it like living in the Team 10 house? Did you actually live in it?
Yeah.
Like you slept there? What was that like?
I guess Team 10 was like my college experience. Or the closest thing that I'm going to get to it because I didn't go.
Right.
There's a bunch of people living together, just having fun. But we were making money at the same time and it was a business.
Well, there's this video, right? Paparazzi is filming you guys, and you guys are filming a Jake Paul video. And you can see moments when the camera turns off where Jake is just kind of like standing there not really knowing what to do, and then he talks to you guys, and then he like throws something off your desk.
You don't feel shit.
And then the camera cuts, and then like I think Erica picks it up, and then you figure it out, and then he films again. So, but then when you watch the actual video, he looks crazy.
If you already haven't already,
he's like throwing things and acting crazy, whatever.
Nipple plunge. What?
So it was interesting because I'm like, oh.
Jake Paul, let's flip and do that.
Alright, cool guys. If all of this is planned, if like destroying someone's room is planned, if handcuffing people to beds or whatever is planned.
No, Jake. Jake, no.
If pushing people down in stores and doing all that kind of stuff is planned.
That's how we're gonna wake everyone up.
Then it kind of changes my opinion a little bit. Because it makes him look less like impulsive and crazy.
What the hell are you doing?
Come on in, honey.
And more like, this will be funny, right? If I break this thing and throw this thing and do this thing.
Yeah.
Like, what's the biggest one? Like, he destroyed a kid's room or something? That was a thing.
I mean, that whole thing, as I've never talked about this, but we're on the topic. I was super close to the Martinez twins, as was Jake, and as was everyone on Team 10. Like, it was super fun, and we all loved each other, and then all of a sudden, they came out with this video.
Yo, what's up guys? We're the Martinez twins.
Saying that we were bullying them.
You bully us for like 8 months. Now, it's our time. And I'm sorry, Jake. I'm so sorry because of this.
Using examples from Jake's vlogs, like him being handcuffed to a bed or something for a day or whatever it was.
We were in a room, so he started pranking us every single day. Like, we felt so bad. Like, the reasons like...
Not real. Like, it's so strange to say that. I don't...
Because we trust Nick. We trust Nick.
Was it the twins where their bedroom was destroyed and...
Goodbye, Martinez room.
And they were saying in the video, like, oh, he destroyed our room.
Like, he destroyed our room.
And we didn't know.
Like, why? I was like what the hell are you doing?
It's every day, bro.
They did know. It wasn't even a room, it was a fake room that we built.
We actually made the room in 1 day. Yeah, in 1 day.
Like, they went to Home Depot.
We bought everything, we built it.
And like, we made them a fake room in the living room and then destroyed it.
You built it to destroy it, basically.
Yeah.
Woo, this is fun, man.
And if Jake had just said that, or if anyone had just said the pranks are fake, that would have debunked everything the Martinez twins were doing.
Do I think the Martinez twins were bullied? No. Do I think that they probably got annoyed by the pranks? Hell yeah, like we all did.
Hold it up. I did say that was gonna happen.
You did.
Wait.
But it wasn't ever a threatening situation to be in.
Yo, you almost died, dude.
I was dumb, right?
No, bro. Yeah. It's not dumb.
And if it was to them, they could have said something. But they never did.
On the real though, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright, that was dope, right?
Yeah, that was dope.
You want to do it again tomorrow?
Shout out to Martinez twins.
Hey, hey, you got a plug.
Hey Shane, so I just saw your text and I think it would be good for me to kind of just tell my side of the story. I've been through a lot and everyone's kind of been like slut-shaming me and calling me a whore and calling me all these names, but they have no idea like what really went on back then. I'm super, super scared and I've always been scared, but if you think I should, then let's do it, man.
Shane Dawson is coming over tomorrow. I'm just gonna tell my side of like my life and what my past has done to me, and oh my god, this just got so weird. Fuck, man, I really don't want to talk about this stuff.
Okay, the reason I wanted to talk to you was because you are somebody who was really in it, and you also have said to me that you don't want to hold back and you just want to like talk about all this stuff and then move on.
I don't know, I just want to tell my side. I don't really care like what people have to say or like what Jake or Eric are like what they have to say. I just like I want this to be like my final just like thing to put out there and just leave with.
What makes you nervous about it?
Just having my truth finally be out there and like what really happened and just what I actually went through and not what I put out on my video and like what my mindset was back then and like the choices that I made, like what actually went on in my head for me to make those choices.
How did you join Team 10? How did you meet Jake? How did all of this really go down? Were you, did he find you and like cast you? Because that was a big thing everybody was talking about.
Yeah, so no. I was never casted. I'm just gonna start with like how I met them. If my voice sounds shaky, I'm sorry. I met them in Ohio and and had like a little thing with Jake for a while.
That's how Alyssa and I know each other, because we're both from Ohio. We've been friends
done?
for like 2. What, you just said that? Yo!
And then that was like a few days before I moved to LA, and I was just texting Jake nonstop. He was like, oh, well, I know you want to be a model, like I could help you with modeling, like how about you come out to LA, I can like just help you with that, maybe send you to an agency and just, you know, like I'll take a percentage of you and you just help me in videos and I can be like your or you can be in my videos with like my thumbnail and all that stuff. Like, when Vine was popping, he was like, yeah, you can, I'll put you in some of my Vines and then you'll get like a little bit of a following and you can like use that for modeling and all that stuff. And then, so I did.
And you guys weren't dating?
No, we never officially dated, ever. Which there's so many things out there like, oh, Jake Paul's ex-girlfriend, and like I'm always known as the ex, but we never...
literally I'm probably gonna call this like the ex-girlfriend, and it's not real.
No.
So how long did that go on for?
Well, it started like when he noticed his videos did better with me in the thumbnail, and then he started it like right after that, so maybe like 1.5 to 2 years.
Then what was it?
It was just hooking up, and like I chased him for so long. I wanted him to be like my boyfriend. I was just so confused. I would confront him every day being like, what are we? Like, I need to know. This hurts so bad. Like, put me through so much shit. I need to know what we are. And he was always just brushing it off, being like, oh, I don't know what we are. Like, we'll figure it out. Da-da-da. Like, I have to go to an audition. I have to go film. Like, we never really established what we were. Should we talk about Team 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so originally I signed a contract with Maverick Media and 10 Digit Media. Maverick Media was Logan Paul, 10 Digit Media was Jake Paul. And that was like June 2015.
So you signed a contract with Logan?
With Logan and Jake.
What? What does that mean?
Just basically to sum up, me being in their videos and then them helping me out with like following and like modeling and connecting me with their like people that they know for modeling or acting or whatever.
You being in Logan's videos too?
Logan
as
and Jake's
what?
videos. Just hot girl, I don't know.
When you were doing all those videos with Logan that were like, oh, I stole your girl and all that stuff,
that was not real. That was just like me and like he just needed clickbait, or he just needed like a...
I'm gonna use you for clickbait.
No.
No, and I got an idea. I'm gonna steal you from Jake.
Oh.
Because like he makes it think like you guys are like dating and you guys are like
hey, Alyssa, come over for 10 minutes, like just as a joke.
And that was kind of like a part of the deal, like the contract.
So that was for a 5-year contract. I signed it in 2015, and then after like a year went on, Logan like called me and was like, hey, like I don't really feel comfortable taking a percentage of you, like, or I'm like, you can leave the contract, like I just don't want to take a percentage of you, it just doesn't feel right. And I thought that was dope. I was like, oh shit, like someone realizes like I'm not a whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was really nice about the whole thing.
So, your video, you talked about some like abuse, and that was a big thing, right? It was, you know, talking about Jake hurting you off camera and like being abusive to you was the tone of the video. But then when I was digging into it, you know, that was a year ago. So when I was digging into it more recently, I don't know 100% if that's real or what really happened.
Yeah.
Alyssa, Violet, and Jake broke up because there was a lot of abuse and shit like that. Alyssa started...
Listen, we gotta clarify that because it's a huge word.
I wasn't like getting abused every night when he came home from work. It was never like physical abuse. There was some things like if we filmed a video and he had to push me into a bush, normally you would just like nudge someone or pretend to push someone, like just act like you pushed harder, but he would actually like shove me. And like I showed in my videos, I still have like, there's like these 2 little dots here and like there's scratches, like it's just stuff like that where just he would just do it way too hard.
Ow, ow!
Yo, you guys wanna die?
And it was like, everyone would kind of be like, whoa, like, don't do that. And I want to clear the air because he's not like a physical abuser, like he's not an abuser, but it's mentally and emotionally 100%. Every day, 2,000 times a day. I can't even remember a conversation where it was like me walking away, like feeling good about myself. It was always like, I've always looked out to be crazy, or I always looked out to be like, I don't know. I'm still dealing with stuff like to this day. I know that like a bunch of the pranks, for example, he would let us know like the night before, I'd be like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna like pretend to wake you up tomorrow with like a leaf blower, like whatever it is. For me, he would let me know for a bunch of pranks before it happened, but like a bunch of pranks, he wanted to see my like real, genuine reaction of like a lot of the pranks were real.
Like the one he threw you in the pool, that was like a big one.
Yeah, and I had to get ready that day. I had like a charity party that I wanted to like go to and like dress up and do my makeup, and I was like, I'm being serious, don't! Yeah! It was in my vlog. I was pissed.
Well, Jake randomly decided to throw me in the pool. Now I have to take a shower and get ready, and that's gonna take even longer, so it's just not mad though.
Oh, Erica. What's the situation? Because she, to me, was like, let Alyssa say whatever she wants.
Obviously being his assistant, she was living in the house, or just like, she just slowly became my best friend. Like, actually best friend. I was literally crying on her shoulder every single night. Like, literally. So then, right when I got kicked out, everyone kind of turned like a blind eye to me. Whose side are we gonna take, Alyssa or Jake's? Obviously Jake's. And it was because like he's the daddy or he's the boss or whatever. And then after I left, I think she kind of just like replaced me.
No, Alyssa and I are not dating. Everyone asks me that every single day. We're literally best friends. We've known each other for like so long now. You guys think we should date and whatnot. And like we flirt, yeah, we flirt. I mean, it happens, okay? I mean, I think she's awesome. It's just not like that. It's just not like that, bro. You know? Jalissa, it isn't real. It's just something that we joke around about it a lot. But Alyssa, if you're watching this, I still love you. I love you a lot.
No, I'm just not good on camera. I'm really weird and I get shaky and I blurt out things.
What's like the gist? Like, what do you think you want people to get out of this?
Just double standards thing. Like, it's not okay to slut shame women and not slut shame men, and it's 2018. And like, it's okay if you're in an abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally, or even physically like abusive relationship. It's okay to tell someone and like get past it. Because I got past it.
Yeah. When you left, what was the backlash like with the fans?
Terrible.
So, the first reason I hate Alyssa Violet is, well, because she cheated on Jake Paul with, well, we all guessed it, his brother Logan.
Jake lied and said that I cheated, which I never cheated. We were never together, and it was just bad.
Your face is so ugly, Alyssa. Literally, you need to keep plastic surgery everywhere.
Logan shit now. And then one weekend, he was going to like this lodge or something. He's gonna go snowboarding with his friends, and I was like, oh, I want to go, because like I was part of the group. I thought it was normal. And he was like, oh no, you need to like stay here. And there was no one else. Everyone in the house was going with them. And then I was like, well, why can't I go? He was like, oh, well, there's this girl going and I really want to have sex with her, and I just don't want you to like get in the way of that or whatever. And I was like, I can't just go and like have fun and sit on the couch like everyone's leaving town. And then he's like, no, like you're not allowed to go. So he went with all my friends, left me, and then I was so pissed off. I was so fed up. I was so hurt. I was so disgusted. I just was at my breaking point. And then I hit up Logan and I was like, yo, like let's hang out. And then we all went to a club, like a bunch of our friends together. And then me and Logan hooked up. And I don't even feel comfortable saying that out loud. Like I'm still disgusted by it, because it's not who I am. Like shaking. And it's not who I ever wanted to be, but it happened.
In my head, I didn't villainize you really, because I was like, oh, it's this broken girl in a toxic relationship and she's like manipulative to match other people's manipulation and like whatever. I'm grossed out that like Logan was like okay with doing it, because that's his brother. That was my whole like, woo.
Yeah. We were never dating. That's another thing. It's like everyone was like, you guys, Alyssa cheated. Like he cheated on her, then she cheated on him. We were never dating, ever. He was literally fucking girls in front of me. Like I would hook up with him. Sorry, Mom. I'd hook up with him. I would leave to go to my friend's house for like an hour, 2 hours. I'd come back, and then all of a sudden, knock on his door, be like, hey, like, and then open up, there'd be a girl in there, and they'd literally be fucking right after we hooked up. And that happened not once, not twice, not 3 times, like so many times I've lost count. And I packed my bags, and I'd have a meeting and be like, hey, I want to leave. And they'd be like, sorry, you can't. You're not allowed to leave. And I was just like, oh. And I couldn't even afford to leave, even if I wanted to. They took a percentage of my money, but the checks went through Team 10 first. They would keep it. They'd send me like a couple $1,000s when it was like 20,000. And I'm like, oh, well, where's the rest of my money? Like, I'd like to get a car, get my own apartment. I'd like to move away. And they're like, oh, you can't manage your money properly. So we're gonna like hold on to it for you, and we'll like dispense it to you. They kept so much money from me when I left, and I was a bitch to get back.
What did Logan say? I'm so like, and you don't have to get into detail because this is like a little too personal, but like when you were like, hey, let's hang out or whatever, like, was there any ounce of like, well, it's my brother?
No. It was, I mean, me and Logan were like close. We lived together, we all lived together, and like we kind of like established that friendship, like close friends. And then we went to a club like we normally would do, and just hung out and then drank, and it was just a bad decision on both of our parts. We texted after, and we were like, I was like, please don't ever like tell Jake, I don't ever want this to get out, like it was so stupid. And he was like, listen, like I'm a savage, I'm a maverick.
Oh, fuck.
I just feel like I was like a pawn in like their game. Like they're always trying to one up each other, always. Like, so like I was just like a goal. Like I was just used the whole time in Team 10, in videos, in Logan's videos, and everyone's. I was just like, I don't know. It was like they're playing a game, and they're like the chess masters or whatever, and I was just a little pawn.
Oh, that's Alyssa Violet, used to be your chick. Now she in the low gang, and you know she on my team.
Okay, today's the big day. I had a panic attack in the middle of the night where I thought I was going to die. So there's that. Tomorrow is going to be when I really interview him, and he comes to my house and we like talk about everything. So I feel like today I need to just get to know him, hang out with him, see what his day is like, see what his house is like, see what he likes to do when he's not filming a video. What is his life, I guess, is what I need to figure out. Hey, real quick. Oh,
you have a school bus.
This is fucking crazy. It's crazy. What is the school? Sorry.
Oh, this is
Jake.
This is Katie. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Oh my god.
I'm surprised this is like the first time we're like finally meeting.
It's really weird.
After like years of knowing about each other, I feel like we have a lot of mutual friends too. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? I'm Andrew.
Jake.
Nice to meet you.
So what is that? Where'd you buy it?
That's my dad's, good old Greg Paul. It's actually like an RV though.
I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the bus, give you an update.
It's like you can like
renovate it.
Oh, there's like a bathroom.
Yeah, there's like a bed in there, and like he like drives around and like he just sleeps in there. My dad's a weirdo.
I love that.
Yeah. This is a Team 10 house.
This is crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Hi! Nice to meet you. How are you? Did you guys just get here? Are you nervous?
I'm nervous.
I was watching you guys walk
Yeah,
around.
I'm nervous.
And it's weird because you're normally the one doing this to people, like making them feel nervous.
Yeah, because I'm normally the one with the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the little kids, if kids come here, I'm like, yo, the house is made out of Legos, and they freak out. But yeah, there's like hidden things in it.
Oh my god. So fun. Little scenarios.
There's like me on stage in there.
This could be a
oh my god.
Literally perfect.
Wait, did you just say you're gonna turn this into a ball pit?
No, we were trying to like a rock wall or like a basketball court.
Wait. If you made this whole thing a foam pit and then you got a fucking like Tarzan swing type thing.
Yeah, from the
and then you
flew into
fly
it.
into it.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know where to put the boxing ring.
We did do a zip line from there.
Wait, a zip line. Wait, why? I'm a bad influence.
Jake Paul posters.
Always.
You put them in your room.
You have Gucci slides? Sorry.
No, those are mine. That's my merch.
But it's like you know a spin on Gucci slides.
Yeah, it is.
Or you're not allowed to say that legally?
No, I mean I could say it. Gucci sue me, bro. I'm out here. Add to the list. Chef Byron. Having the chef's like the dopest thing.
Yeah. Wait.
Yes. I don't even know.
Oh, he's guarding you.
Thor, get out of the way.
Here, come here. This is huge. Wait, I want to join Team 10.
Hello?
Oh my god, that's the ending. It's just you unironically.
A lot of people think you guys are fake. But I've heard from, sources.
Your sources.
People that actually know you guys. It's actually real.
Yeah.
So, does that piss you off? And does it make you angry because you're like, I'm actually fucking real?
No, it doesn't piss me off because we know.
Yeah.
And that's all that like really matters. And it used to be like, it started as fake. I don't think it was ever fake, but we got married like the first day I joined YouTube. So obviously people are gonna like have that.
You've been around since the very beginning, so you've seen like
everything.
All the drama, people leaving, people coming.
The first people there and the first people, like everyone who left, yeah.
What is your overall consensus of like, has there been any person leaving where you're like fuck off? Did it feel like that? Like they used you and then they left?
I'm not gonna say names, but the first group of people I would say probably got really greedy.
I'd say like everyone who's left is just like has used us.
Yeah. Because they think they can go on and do something better, and then it's like...
I don't think they realize that they like use us, but when these people come into Team 10, I give them everything, like managers, agents, house, food, money, places to live, like fame, cameramen, editors, brand deals, like everything. I give it to them, and then they forget where they came from after a couple months, and they're like, oh, I could do this on my own. Like, why is Team 10 taking a percentage of my earnings? Like, I want to do something else.
Because they don't want to really work as hard as you need to stay there.
Wait, what's Jake Paul 2?
I had a second account, but I gave it to my friend because when Chance left Team 10, he like stole their account. Because Chance and Anthony had an account together, and like Chance left Team 10 and like switched the passwords and like stole the account. And so Anthony was like left without like anything, and so I just gave him my second account. It has like a couple million subscribers.
Wait, what the fuck? Do people know that?
That he stole the account?
Not really, no.
No, I don't know.
We don't really talk about that kind of stuff.
If you just like try to argue, like it's just gonna make you're just gonna go back and forth, and no one's gonna believe you or like your side of the story.
Hey Jay, quick question. Where are you taking me? What is this?
This is the dungeon. This is where yeah, studio vibes. So it's like a movie theater / music studio.
So this is where you do all the songs?
Yes. Just like here and there. Like I call it like YouTube music. Yeah. But like, are we sitting down now?
I was really curious about the music because I feel like I always took it as a joke. Like kind of self-aware and kind of a parody and kind of like, you know, like with the driving around the expensive cars and throwing money and like, I'm the best, PewDiePie's next. Like in my head, I was like, oh, it's like funny.
That ain't on your Twitter. That ain't on your Insta.
It's like,
yeah, a little bit. It was like, I didn't know anybody. Like I was just having fun when we were making the songs. I think people like misjudge like my personality. It was like, how can I do my best attempt at like being like a rapper and like making a rap song? And people took it as like, wow, this like stupid kid's like actually trying to rap.
In the house or something?
Right. This guy.
Yeah. You think it's good?
Yeah.
I tried to look like a douche.
Well, thank you. Like all this shit, it was all he said, she said.
So we were just talking and stuff, and then the assault came up.
Yeah.
So basically, the girl, your assistant.
Yeah.
Megan, yeah.
So she said that she was at a club, FaZe Banks assaulted her,
Yeah.
choked her or something, and then it turned into insulting because people thought you like planned it and it was fake. It was just like a fake assault.
Yeah.
So I know what I think happened.
What you did this time around is so f***ed up. I'm beginning to believe that this isn't true.
What happened?
Wow.
So, in my experience with that, Megan was at the club that night. Like, that was totally true. And when she left, she sent me these 3 voice memos, like freaking the fuck out. And I still have these voice memos, like, to this day. This guy, like, strangled her, like, hurt her, and now she's at her building, and she's genuinely scared to sleep. And
I
just
heard these messages too.
So this girl was my friend at the time. Just like anybody would, like, if your friend is telling you something, like, you stick up for your friend. Why would she voice memo us and come into work and be like, this is what happened, she had a giant bruise on her neck? Like, what reason did we have not to believe her?
She actually like filed a police report, and like people thought like we hired
fake,
cops to like act like.
Wait, so she did file a police report?
Yeah, that wasn't fake. Like, all that was completely real.
Wait, so what actually happened? Do you guys believe her?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I believe something happened for sure.
Something definitely happened.
We
Like
don't know
what
what
happened. Like I don't know if I can trust her really. But the reason why everyone thought that we like set it up is because Megan's friend came out. I don't know if you've seen this.
Oh, I forgot about this.
What up? Hey, did you put anything in Banks' drink? What's up, man? He's saying that you did.
Is it possible that Team 10 went there to set up Banks and get them wasted?
I really, truly, in my heart, believe that these kids drugged me.
Like he came home and was like, yeah, like he assaulted her, and then like as all of it like went crazy online, he got super scared and said like fuck you to us and like lied about the whole situation on a phone.
I mean, you were there. Do you think it actually happened?
I do not think that was a possibility.
Yeah, and like on a phone interview.
I have known this girl since I was like 13. This has been like 7+ years of friendship, which is what makes this so hard for me to do. I did not see you assault anybody that night.
Just so that he could like clear his name.
Meg, do you feel betrayed by Max? Do you feel like he stabs you in the back by talking to Banks and being on his video?
Where is she?
Do you know anything about her now?
But if you saw her every day, was like the bruise still there for like a while?
Yeah, like people thought like she like was wearing makeup and shit.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a bruise there.
Some of you don't think that this is real. This is a makeup wipe. I'm just gonna use it.
That's why we say something happened. Like, we know something happened, we just don't know.
What do you guys think?
We should have looked into it more before speaking on it.
The main issue is you instantly made a video about it, used it as a thumbnail. That questions it, like, oh, you put it in the middle of a
Yeah,
vlog.
it seems like thirsty. Meg was assaulted by a man.
But obviously we should have looked more into it, looking back now.
Yeah, it's just a messy situation.
But also, like, you know, not to get too much into the drama now, but if he was dating, or he's dating your ex, so I understand, because who knows how much shit there is with that.
Right.
I understand the instinct of like, I hate this guy, he hurt somebody I, you know, love, so like, fuck it, let's make the video, let's put it up,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
fuck this guy. So I understand.
That was my mentality, which was immature, but I obviously did it. I did that, and then like the next day, Alyssa's like makes a video on his channel like saying that like I assaulted her and shit. Like
she said she did assault.
Yeah.
He dragged me down the stairs.
She also said that he assaulted me.
And you've physically abused Erica Costell.
Has Jake ever laid a finger on you?
Never.
And Erica, the fact that he has spit in your face and he's assaulted you too, and you can sit there and support him acting like this almighty, awesome person, you're weak and you're a piece of shit.
What did she say?
She like made it up. She basically said that I like threw her down the stairs and like spit on her all the time and like all this shit. That was like their rebuttal. They were like, oh, Jake said this about FaZe, like we're gonna say that Jake threw Alyssa down the stairs.
Because Jake, you're abusive. And you physically abused Alyssa.
And I lost like 300,000 subscribers because of that.
And then what ended up happening? Did it just go away?
It kind of just like...
I mean, people still talk about it till this day. Like,
Yeah.
But their defense was, oh, let's turn this on Jake, and like, of course, you know, like they just pull it out of thin air. Like, people are mad at us, like, let's make something up about Jake, and like everyone believed it because
Why not?
it just sucks, I guess.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about her and that, but I guess Okay, so tomorrow. So I want to talk. We've kind of had a lot of like serious talks throughout the day, but I want to have like one solid serious talk tomorrow night at my house.
Okay.
So no squad, no ATVs,
all right.
managers, no nothing, no chef.
No chef.
We're gonna
no Thor. Can't bring
But yeah, I just want to like talk about everything. I want to hit every single thing that people want to know about. I also have a lot of I want to know about. I'm a little nervous, but I feel like
I'm nervous though. Like, I mean, I'm nervous. I was nervous today, but like I feel a lot better. But like, I don't know. I'm just kind of nervous in general. Like, just I've never like talked about any of that stuff, but
I think we just do it. We're honest. We talk, and like not worry about what people think. Because I know there's been a lot of moments today where you've been like off camera, you're like, well, I can't really say that because people are gonna think I'm trying to get pity, or oh, people are gonna think I'm trying to get this or that. Like, I think we just have to drop all that. Because like, fuck it. If it's the truth, it's the truth. And then what happens, happens.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous, because I'm not nervous. It'll be good.
I'm nervous, bro.
Hey, what did I say to you when we were outside the ATV and I almost died?
You said you trusted me.
I trust you. Oh my god. I can't believe it's over. This is it. This is... I need... Huh. Welcome to the Team 30 house. So, here's kind of what I learned. Yesterday showed me a lot. It showed me you as a real person. It showed me your guys' relationship. But after doing all the research and hearing all the different sides of the story, hearing your guys' sides and everybody's sides, what I realized was, it's like, yes, this person might have lied about this situation, whatever.
Because Jake, you're abusive, and you physically abused Alyssa.
But then on the other side of it, it's like,
He's not like a physical abuser, like he's not an abuser.
Erica has things too.
She knows everything that I went through. And like, she's just super hypocritical.
Everybody says that this happened,
Like 100% proven that Ace Banks was innocent. And he never removed the video.
I feel like it's just everybody has made their career based on drama, controversy, beef, views.
Look, I'm excited for the rest of this series. I literally have no idea what it's about or where it's going.
And you've been very honest about that. Like, yeah, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be on Twitter news. I wanted to do all these things, and it worked.
Basically, anything I do now gets picked up in the press. All press is good press. Right.
But the side effect of that is, it kind of puts everybody in the same place of like a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know what I mean? I was even looking at the assault thing, and we'll talk about that later, but I was looking at that and I was like, you know what? Even that, it's like the fact that that was a video, that was the title, that the video's still up right now, the fact that Erica, you were on the news talking about it, it was very much, and I'm sure there's reasons for it, but it was very much like capitalizing on something that isn't good, assault.
Right.
It was very much like, oh, we're Twitter moments, people are talking about it, it's a thing, it's a thing, it's a thing.
Thank you for putting yourself out there for my vlog, and so I can get the views and subscribers.
Yeah, I need subscribers too.
Right. And the video's never been taken down. I mean, I didn't really lose much from it. I blew the fuck up from it, to be honest.
So I think going into this with that mindset of like, we're all on the fucking same page.
Sorry you had to get dragged into this kid's life and all this YouTube drama and craziness that goes down. Welcome to the vlog log.
There is a lot, and there's a lot of controversies and a lot of drama. But I think the main thing people want is for Jake to actually talk about shit as a person, not as a video, not as, you know, anything PR-ish, like just as a fucking person, and just be like, this is what happened. It is what it is. This is how I feel about it. Let's do it. Or keep Jake up.
I'm leaving you.
Bye.
Good luck. Uh-oh.
The first thing that's very much a thing is the Martinez twins. They came out, they made a video saying you bullied them, you used clips of the videos, you were destroying their room, you were, chaining them to things.
It's crazy because like the Martinez twins and all of us were like best friends. I don't know, like I think their new manager like flipped the switch inside their head to like turn them against us, but like for them to say that I bullied them, like first of all, those pranks on them are like fake.
Yeah.
Like my vlogs are like, it's like lightly scripted, and so when all those pranks, I like tell them I'm gonna do it, and then like they're like okay, and then I do it.
Good morning, Martinez.
Oh, he's so for people to say like I was bullying them, or for them to say that, it's like we both would film videos all the time, like tell each other that we were gonna like prank each other before we even did it.
You would let us know like the night before. I'd be like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna like pretend to wake you up tomorrow with like a leaf blower.
Wake up! What? This is Spain. Spain, man.
My shoes. What are you doing?
No, this is Spain.
Bro!
I think they just wanted to like capitalize on leaving Team 10 as much as possible to gain like momentum that way.
Oh,
sorry. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I was excited, right?
It's everything okay.
Okay, ready? Do you think anything happened with you guys where you went too far with either saying something to them or doing something to them, or something where it was like they felt okay about kind of leaving and fucking you over?
I wish the Martinez twins were here to do
Oh
this.
my god, bro.
They'd be like, what the heck is this Americans doing? They would
be
be like, I want to play soccer. Yeah.
I think that I think sometimes there was a language barrier when we would like be joking around like off camera. A lot, like sometimes I would see them like get mad at me, but I would always try to fix it, and like,
You know what it is? No. It's a post-it.
Yeah, post it now. I'm actually proud of you. That's good. I like to make fun of you, but you guys are actually good.
again, I don't know why everything got so malicious with that. Like, I don't know. I feel like we could still be friends till this day.
That's for you, man.
Oh, no! Come on, baby. Oh! Wait, are you gay? Balls.
They did say that you were saying some like crazy offensive comments.
He was saying to us all the time because it was funny for them.
Very like high school locker room type like vibes. Like you can say anything. People are saying the most messed up things, and that's like how I was raised. And like I think the Martinez twins, like I said, came into that environment where it was like me, my best friend Anthony, my best friend Chance. Anything was a joke to us. We talk about each other's moms. We talk about sisters. Like we diss each other. Like
No, boys, and girls. Oh yeah. Guess what? Hey.
And anything that people said about me or like my family, like it was all just jokes, and like that was best friends, like that was like our comedy. And so I think like when we would say jokes to like the Martinez twins,
say Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, we got it. You got it.
I think at the time they thought it was funny, but then maybe looking back on it, they were like, oh, they were like being racist. Literally, we would greet each other. Like the Martinez twins would walk into the house, like, and if we were all sitting there, they'd be like, "What's up, crackers?" And like they'd like call us like stupid like white people, and like they call us like stupid Americans. We're like, "But what up, beaners?" Like we would just like give it back, like bros being bros. And when they left, I think they like used that against us.
Beaner. Like how he's joking about that. Like he cannot joke about that.
To be like, oh yeah, they called us like this and that, when like that was the culture in that house.
America. You know what? America.
And they did it to us too. Like everyone would just like joke around.
America.
All right. I don't know what to say.
You have to find out where that line is. And like I said, like growing up, my parents, or mainly my dad, like there was no line with jokes or anything. And I definitely learned from that situation, like not everyone's gonna joke around the same way. And even if they are joking around, they might not actually be okay with like that environment.
I wouldn't do that. Nah, man. We love you. You're my big brother, man.
These are the fake ones.
That's why I'm mad about it, because
That's real. Was that a tear? Oh, baby.
I love you, man.
Bro, it looks good in my hand.
to me on my end, it's like I loved them as like little brothers, and like it was more than just like me helping them get followers. Yeah, I think that's why it pisses me off, because like one day then all of a sudden they're like forget all of that and try to bash my name. Well, successfully bash my name.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Jake. I'm so sorry because of this.
Okay, this thing is a big one, and it's something that we talked about a lot when we weren't filming yesterday, and it also, to me, kind of explains a lot. One of the first big situations that happened that kind of made everybody not like you was Alyssa Violet, your ex-girlfriend, supposed ex-girlfriend. She said she got kicked out, she was mad, she made a whole long video about it, she showed Snapchats of all her stuff like in boxes, and I even remember when I saw that I was like, whoa, I was like, this is fucking crazy, like what is this? And that was very much like one of the first things I heard about you.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to that story. I don't know how much you want to go into, but I think you should. Also, I talked to Keemstar about it, because I know he's friends with her and her boyfriend and stuff, and he said the same thing I did, which is like, it's kind of necessary because it explains a lot.
Yeah.
So wherever you want to start.
It's hard for me to talk about, for many reasons. And like one of them is like I don't like start shit again, just because like I'm so like I hate the drama now. Like it's like so overplayed, and like you, I've met with Banks in person, and like we've both said out loud like if it weren't for this situation, like we would probably be homies. But where do I start?
What is your fear about talking about this?
My fear with talking about it is like it's such like a sticky situation, and like if I talk about it, like it's just gonna like bring up all the shit again, and a lot of the reason why I didn't talk about the situation or like my side of the situation is like to defend my brother. I think that's why, but
I know the fear of like, oh, if I talk about this, then maybe it'll start another beef and a battle. From what I've heard, they don't want that. I think they're wanting to move on, and I think they probably are going to understand like that this is necessary to talk about. And also, this is something that is kind of public knowledge. It's like there's been news stories about it and stuff. He tweeted something and then deleted it. When I found this out, I was like, whoa. How is Jake not more fucked up? Like, it was crazy, right? And I know that there's 10 sides to every story, but like, just...
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I guess like backtrack, like Alyssa and I always like really liked each other. We were always like dating, but like not really. Like, were we a thing? Yes, we were a thing. One day we're not, one day we were. It was a very like rocky like sort of relationship. I wasn't at the time mature enough to know like how to be a boyfriend. We would always like get into arguments and like and be fighting and like go through like ups and downs, and like everyone would see it around us. Basically, I did something that I think it was like I did like a bunch of things that like pissed her off, and like she wanted to get revenge, I guess is the word.
What did you do to piss her off?
it was a combination of things. Like I did, like again, like it was just me like not knowing how to treat her, like me just being like mean towards her, or like saying things in an argument that like would piss her off, even business things, because she was like a part of Team 10. When we would like not be dating, like I would go and talk to other girls, and yes, she would go talk to other guys, but I think everything just like added up, and it was like this like really bad situation. I think like if someone sat down and talked to her to like today, she would say like it was just a terrible situation. Like we were living together, we were doing business together, we were dating, we weren't dating. I was like her like manager basically. Like it was just a terrible situation, and like I think she would say the same thing till this day. But we would always do shit to piss each other off. And I don't want to like, I just never said it before, like on camera, but basically she came up with a plan in her head that like she wanted to make me feel the way that, or she wanted me to feel the way that she felt, because she thought that I like hurt her so much, and she wanted me to feel that same pain. And so I think out of spite, she began a relationship with my brother behind my back, like without me knowing about it, and it was a sexual relationship, and it was while we were dating, while we were on, while we were off. In the back of her head, I think, like I know actually, that she wanted me to find out, and that was like her way of like hurting me and like getting revenge for the way that I hurt her. I don't know if like, and so I'm literally like sitting in like on the couch like this one night, and my friend comes up to me and is like, hey man, like I've been kind of like putting clues together, but like someone needs to tell you. And like Nick was standing right there, and the person who was telling me, and I was just like, yeah, what's going on? And he was just like, Alyssa and your brother have been having sex. And I didn't like, I don't even know what I did. Like my mind was going like a million miles per hour, and it kind of like immediately, like without asking him why he thought that, or like what the clues were, how they even found that out, I was like, yeah, like that makes, like it all makes sense now. Like I could totally see that. And I was shocked. I didn't know how to react. I think I like I was just like heartbroken. For many reasons. I was like, how could like why would my brother do this? Was like one of my first thoughts. And I think like, yes, like in our fucked up relationship, like, we did a lot of messed up things to hurt each other, but like that to me was like just like that was it for me. I was like, I don't want to look at this girl. I can't believe this. Like, I don't even really want to like talk to her. And so I stayed silent for like 3 days, and I don't know if I need to like go into any more detail, really.
Did you talk to your brother? How
Yeah.
did you get over this? / are you not over this?
No, I'm over it. I like don't like to like me as a person, like I don't want to like hold grudges against people. Alyssa wanted me to find out about it, and she wanted me to have the reaction that I did, and that was like her way of like hurting me, and I think she wanted to like try like to split Logan and I up. And if I just like let that, like it gave me so many trust issues.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, if I just let this like manipulate my life, then like I'm giving her like what she wanted. Like if I let this like affect me and like ruin my life, and I just like become depressed and like sad about it, like then she won. And that's why like I had to like fight against it. And like for my brother, I think that's where I was more disappointed. And I talked to him, and that took me a lot longer for me to forgive him.
What did he say? Like what? How and he's not here to defend himself or whatever, and I'm not throwing him under the bus, but I just want to know, like, what, how do you even have a conversation like that?
Yeah. He basically said, his thing was like, oh, I didn't think that you guys were actually like a thing. And that like you guys were like actually dating. That was like his excuse, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I mean,
is that...
Fuck.
I think the reason that people want to hear you talk about this, the reason for me, is because the fact that you maybe didn't fully talk about it like this.
Well, that's what, like...
is, like, confusing, because it is a life-ruining event for, I think, anybody. It's I can't comprehend it.
I think when it... for some reason, like, I just wanted to, like... I think my initial thing for not talking about it was, like, trying to defend my brother. Because I thought it was going to make him look, like, really bad. I regret not talking about it and, like, telling the truth about it before. But then, like, I just stayed silent and, like... Yeah.
When you tweeted and then you deleted it, was it just like, oh my god?
I was like super impulsive. Like I was like so angry because like her fans were like tweeting me. Like I tweeted something random and they were like, "Yo, you shut up! Like you piece of shit! Like you kick girls like out onto the street." And I was just like, "No, like I forget what the tweet said, but
I mean, because what I heard that went down was, you know, you found this out and then she kept living there, right? She didn't want to leave.
Yeah, so
and she was there for a while.
So I after I found out, I confronted her about it, and when I confronted her about it, she like admitted to it, but then I was like, you live in my house, I just don't want to be around you, like I'm so hurt by this. If you could have like move out and like find a place to stay in the next 30 days, that'd be better for both of us. Like just take 30 days and find somewhere else to stay. Like I just don't want to like be around you. Like I was so messed up by this. But then after 30 days, she still didn't move out, and then another day went by, another day went by, another day went by, and then all of a sudden it was like 40 days, and she just was like refusing to leave. And so I basically told her, I was like, I can't have this anymore. And she just kept on like taunting me about it, actually, and like.
What do you mean?
Like, for that like 40-day period, like we wouldn't talk, and like every like once in a while she'd like walk into the house and like say something about like Logan or something like out loud so that like I could hear it. Just like malicious things. And so after like 40 days, I was just like, this is it, like I can't do this anymore. And I called a moving truck and like told her that she had to be out. And that's where you start to see the Snapchats and like all that stuff. And I knew very well like she had places to stay. Like I gave her places to stay. I told her like, yo, I'll get you Airbnb, like whatever you need to do. Like I just can't have you living in my house. Like I was gonna like go insane, because every time I saw her I just pictured like them together. Like I forgive her, honestly, and I forgave my brother like a lot sooner. It took me a while, and like I don't think she or Banks, like I haven't told that to them, but like I forgive her, and like I also like apologize to her, because like it was just such a bad situation. Like we drove each other like mad.
Is there something that happened with you guys that in her head justified her doing that?
I remember her, when I confronted her about it, her justification was like, she said to me like, you made me do this. And I think it was because like when we were on and off for a year and a half, I would go and be with other girls, and she would go and be with other guys. But I think the fact that I would go be with other girls like always lived with her, and is what she means by like you made me do this. Like I brought her so much pain, which is why like and I know I did. Like I wasn't, like no one in this situation is innocent.
This was a catalyst for so many things. Like everybody thinks you kicked her out and it was this and that, but cut to her with your brother. And also, you don't really have that many people around you that you probably can trust, and he's your brother, and now you can't even trust your own brother, but like he's your family, so what the fuck do you do? Like this is all stuff that I wanted to talk to you about, because
I didn't know what the fuck to do. I was like, it was the most alone I ever felt in my life. And like, I felt like I lost everything, because I did care about her a lot. And then like, it was just like, that's out of my life. And then like, my parents didn't even know what to do. My parents like tried talking to Logan, and like, they were pissed at him, and then I talked to him about it, and like, it didn't really make me feel better about the situation, but like, I just had to like swallow the bullet. I think what hurt the most was like when months after they like made out on his like diss track thing that he made against me. To this day, like I'll just like even with Erica, like like I just think about like that, and like it just haunts me. But like, and I have a lot of trust issues from it. Like I don't trust like anybody. Like Erica like had to like teach me how to like love, because like I didn't know, like teach me how to love and like trust again, because like I just didn't want to, and like she was like the closest person to me, and I was like, okay, well, like she could like screw me over like as much as Alyssa and Logan did. And so like Erica had to like come into my life to like teach me how to like love and trust again. And yeah, it's been a lot to deal with.
The assault situation. You and FaZe off camera talked about it, but he says like, oh, Jake said he'd come out and apologize, and that was the deal. Like he kind of says something about it, and I don't press charges, I don't say anything, and then it's all gone. But you never really did. And also the video that you guys made is still up. So I think that's something we should talk about. Super honest. At this point, I'm pretty sure there has been no lies. It's been very blunt and real about everything. So here's your chance now. Let's do it. What actually happened? Why didn't you come out and say something and apologize if you did have any hand in it, or even say anything? And why is the video still up?
So basically, she explained to me in detail that Banks like grabbed her by the neck, like tried to like choke her or something. She saw him making out with a girl.
He's hooking up with that other girl, and that's not Alyssa.
She had like voice memos and like things from the night that she sent to Erica, basically explaining like the situation like right after it happened. And like you could like hear the fear and stuff in her voice, and there was like no reason in my head like not to believe her. And I was like, wow, this is like the dude who is dating like my ex-girlfriend. Like part of me is like, yeah, like let's like expose this and like make him look bad. And obviously there was like so much beef between us at the time, and like there's beef with like Rice Gum, there's beef between me and Alyssa. Both parties like hated each other, and I decided to like make it into a video. It was not what should have been done, but it was a decision like that I made in that moment to do. And again, I had like no reason not to believe her.
You're not an actor. You're from Colorado. You're not an actor. I can see you're sort of getting emotional about this.
Like everything she was saying was like so vivid and real, and like to me there was no reason on like why she would have like made that story up. We made the video. Well, first she actually like filed a police report, but we made the video, put it up online, and
she filed a police report about what? Was it just that she got hit somewhere, or was his name in it?
I think his name was in it.
If his name was in it, they would have called it.
I think she specifically like said that he like strangled her or something in the club.
I just so happened to take a picture of Megan with the police filing the police report. It's valid.
Everyone thought that we like hired like fake cops and stuff to like make it look like it was a real police report. I just want to say like out of like all of the shit that like I've done, like this was like I feel so stupid even just like talking about this situation now, and like I handled it like the completely wrong way, and it's something that should have never been put online. So like I feel dumb like even trying to like explain like my justification for it. Like I just hate talking about it and like bringing it up. Yeah.
I think that's another situation where it's like you have this platform, right? Millions of people that are watching you, and I've seen this with a lot of YouTubers. They have all these people watching you, It's a lot of power, and it's like, oh, I fucking hate this person. I think they're a bad person. They've pissed me off. I can fucking ruin them.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
And you've seen it all. I see it all the time on YouTube. This situation was just like next level because it involved assault, which is like,
it's not a joke.
No. So when you and him talked about it, why didn't you publicly say like, I fucking shouldn't have done that, that was stupid?
That's a good question. Like, I don't think I don't have a good answer. Like, maybe part of me was like, I don't want to bring this up again. By the time we met up and talked about it, like it was already had dissipated. I felt like maybe it would just bring up that topic again. Banks and I talked about it in person, like resolved it, and like I think he's a good person, and like we've both grown so much and learned a lot from that.
Yeah. Do you have a reason for it still being up?
No.
Like why wouldn't you take it down? Why wouldn't you private it?
I never thought about it. Like,
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to lie. You can just be like, I don't fucking think about it.
No, yeah, I didn't think about it. I don't know if that would. I think the damage was already done, so many people had already seen it. And by the time, like, I don't know. I mean, I can delete it. I probably should delete it.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to like tell you what to do or anything. I think it is something that people are just, why is it still up?
I'll probably just delete it right now.
Oh fuck.
So I don't forget. Yeah, I deleted it.
That's sounding good. That's cool. Wow. Alright, was not expecting that. Okay. Alright. I think something that's interesting that like I've just never really heard you talk about, the effects of the Suicide Forest video and the effects it had. Because we've heard what it did to Logan, we've heard his side and his apology and how it really did fuck up his fucking business and everything, right? I haven't really heard about how it affected you and yours. Because a lot of people think you're the same person.
Yeah. It like dramatically affected my business. It dramatically affected press, everything. Like probably the same, just as much as it affected him. Because like you said, people think we're the same person, and
you know, we do similar things. We're in the same industry, but you know, we're different people, and
when that happened with him, like my name just got looped into everything. It was like Logan Paul did this. He also has a brother that is known for like controversial stuff, and yeah, really messed up things from an advertising standpoint to a brand deal standpoint to even just like how, yeah, like the public views like the Paul brothers, you know. I felt all of it. Just to like give a little bit of like context, but like the day after it happened, or like the day he posted the video, like 2 days after that, I was supposed to be doing like a brand deal for like 7 figures. And like that got taken away. I had like another one planned for, that was another 7-figure brand deal that like we're not doing it anymore. Like, so like from a business standpoint, it like really affected. From an emotional standpoint, like I think I learned a lot from the situation as well. Like it was a lot to go through for like our family just in general. Like it definitely brought us like a lot closer together.
Did you know that the video was gonna go up? Did you know about it before?
He told me what happened, and he was like, bro, I just did like the craziest thing just happened. He was just like, yeah, blah, 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 and he was like, and he like explained it like very briefly, and I was like, oh, like you're posting that? And that was like literally the first thing I said to him over the phone. And I didn't like know what the video was or like what it looked like, or like I didn't even know like how much he even filmed. And
what did you think when you saw it?
I didn't watch it until like after, like people were posting the clips because he like had deleted the video, so I only saw like clips of like what everyone was posting online. You know what I mean? I was shocked. Yeah.
Have you still not seen the full thing?
The full video? No. I don't want to. Like, does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to watch it. Like,
just like I can't wrap my head around the Alyssa thing, I also can't wrap my head around the Forrest thing. Like, so do you guys talk about it, or is it just something you're just like, this is too confusing, I don't want to talk about it?
it's, for me, it's a little bit of that. Yeah, it's like, this is too much, and like, he learned his lesson. I think it made him a lot better of a person, honestly. And for me, yeah, I don't like to talk about it, because literally that's like all everyone wants to talk about when they talk about Logan Paul, or even me. It's like, that's all everyone wants to talk about.
I think the reason it's interesting to me is because I can't imagine you doing that. I just can't.
Yeah.
What I will say is this. Now, it's almost like starting over. What do I actually like doing? And what do I want to do now?
Yeah, 1000%. Like, that's why I'm on like this like vacation thing right now. Like, I did this boxing thing and like all this, you know, like hype and whatnot. But like, for me, that's why I want to like completely disconnect from like all of this social media shit right now, is like to figure that out. Like, what do I really like to do? Like, what do I really want to do? Like, what's next for me? It's like you said, like, it's like starting over. Mm-hmm. It's like a new, it's like a new chapter of like, at least my life, where it's like, I made all of these mistakes. I have all of this knowledge now. I have like made a name for myself, and like, but now it's like, yeah, like what am I gonna do with that? And to me, that's exciting.
I don't know what the first step of this is, but I think like you can do like a talent management thing, that's fine, but like it shouldn't be something where you're handing people careers, because that's just fucking not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it hasn't worked.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like, the last thing you need is more like why I left. Why I left.
But I swear if someone else makes a why I left you 10 video, like
it's just like oh my god. Yikes. When are you guys going on vacation? Because I think you should go like now.
We're going? Like,
literally
like a day.
2 days, but yeah, I think we should go right now.
Yeah, I think you should like get on a plane now.
I almost cried.
What did you guys talk about? What'd I miss?
Just
a lot.
Yeah.
I know I'm putting a lot of like the trust into you, and I think if like someone can, you know, do this and have it be fair, it's you. And I want to be like as truthful as possible, obviously, and like just be super real and kind of just like clear things off my chest that I haven't said before. And I know like a lot of people were saying like, yo, like Shane, why are you doing this? Like, don't give him a platform. And but people hate me, like literally they hate me. And if like this is gonna hurt you, then like I don't want to do it.
we should do it, and we should just be as honest as possible about everything, and yeah, man, I trust you. I trust you.
I thought he was just cringy. You know, like with this fucking, you know, yeah, like that's all I know.
I think it might be Logan.
I didn't know they were different people. So, all right, let's investigate Jake Paul.
Oh my god, what are we doing?
That's fascinating. All right, where should we sit? Just like...
Oh yeah, did you want me to do that shot?
Oh my god! Are you okay?
I don't think there's a...
Oh,
there was no...
thing.
What
the fuck?
I don't think there was a box spring. Ooh, house tour. Like, oh, this is fun. Like, oh, we're just doing a house tour. Cut to like a therapist like watching it, and me like,
oh my gosh. This is definitely like new territory for us. Like, do you want me to just record as much as I can, or like what? We're gonna like sneak off into a room with her.
ooh, I just got like, ooh, I just got like sick. You mean like, okay.
I mean, so at the end of the day, right, they're gonna be aware of the fact that if the camera's rolling, anything that they let slip is gonna come back and bite them in the ass.
If there's a camera, you know, in his face and we're talking, he still won't be able to turn off, be a real person. Like maybe he'll still, I don't know, just be too aware of it. Like, what do you think I should do? Should I?
Well, I'm not suggesting putting a secret camera. If that's what you're trying to get at me just then.
Oh no.
But I mean, I can, you know, I mean,
Listen,
how? I mean, like
I'm not telling you
this,
to not
like that.
I'm not telling you to secretly record him. But what I'm telling you is, it was a camera error and it just kept recording. We didn't even know, Jake. Like, we look back at the footage and we're like, oh my god, we were recording the whole time? No, that's not good. We can't do that. That would actually be wrong. We literally can't do that.
Yeah. Practice. I'm pretty good at doing that. I've done that to you a couple times.
So it'll be like this. Okay. Oh my god, Jake, haha, nice G-Wagon, haha. Okay, yeah, we'll cut for a second while we, yeah, let's cut for a second.
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh.
So Jake, your whole relationship with Erica, it's fake, right? Yeah, it's fake. Yeah. That's crazy. You killed somebody before? Do people know that? Oh my god. Camera? Oh no, that's not.
Jesus.